Hey guys, welcome to the 7th video in the series, and today we're talking about another pen. This one again is a Parker. This particular one is a Parker Vector, again an older one. This one has a very interesting design pattern. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, I do highly recommend you watch them in order, but if you're just going to only watch one, make sure to watch the first video, because I explain about how the series is going to be structured, how the different pens came in different orders, and how the order I'm reviewing them in. If you really hate ballpoints though, because I do describe ballpoints, you only really need to watch the first half of the video. Without further ado, let's get started. So on the end of the top here, we have a little plastic square, which has some visible marks on it. I'll go into detail about that later, but that is actually a sticker that is removable. This one has a different style of the Parker Arrow, which is reminiscent of the Vector, because this is the one from the Jota. It's got a different style. I actually kind of prefer this style though, to be honest. A bit more plain, a bit more simple, nice and stiff and clicky as well, which is good. Parker, made in the UK. This one doesn't seem to have a date code on it anywhere, so I'm not sure what that's about. Barrel has a very nice design on it. I'm not sure what this pattern was called. I've tried to do some research, but couldn't find anything on this particular pattern. Stripey on the cap, stripey in the end, interesting patterns here. If anyone knows what this pattern was about or what it was called, please do comment it down below. End here, got a metal section specifically for when you post the pen, like so. And it posts to quite a long length, actually, but it's clearly designed to be posted, and it's well balanced, unlike the Jota right here, because this one had a metal cap. This one's just got a plastic cap. Again, that's metal on the end. There are, as you may have noticed, there are a few cracks on the barrel. They're not as bad as the cracks that were on this one, but they are still there, and it does mean that this can unscrew itself in the pocket, because I do use this pen at work, and I keep it in my pocket and write down people's orders with it. Unscrews here. This one's just got a standard Parker cartridge in it, black this time. Metal section here, so you couldn't eyedropper it. I believe that this is in two parts as well. I'm not sure if this bit is sealed and this bit's just on the end, but to be honest, I wouldn't recommend eyedropping it because the section here is metal as well. Screw this back on, like so. Classic Vector design. So you've got the metal grip here, flares up there. That's how the cap mechanism works, and then the nib, which is exactly the same style nib as this one, just push down further into the pen like so. And the fins aren't visible on the feed, so there's less risk of damaging. However, it is much harder to remove if you do wish to remove the nib and feed to clean it. Let's put that back. Again, no breather hole on this one, just an engraving. Says Parker, no grades mentioned on the nib, however it is mentioned on the back of the feed. I'm not sure if you can see that. It says M for medium again, another medium nib. Like I say, this one's actually inked up because I use it at work. Now the Vector does have this interesting step up, which I know is quite controversial, but it doesn't bother me at all when writing it. It doesn't, like how I hold my pen, it isn't where I hold it, and it doesn't bother me at all. But I know some people dislike that. Of course, it's a metal grip, so it can become slightly slippy in case you're writing it for long periods of time, which I don't, so it's not really an issue for me. Now, as I was saying about the finial on the top, it has a little black plastic square, and it has some visible marks on it. That is because that is a sticker that is removable, and you can remove it, and there's a screw down there, and that's how you disassemble the cap assembly. And then the plastic inside will come out if you want to clean it, and the clip will come out. Now I needed to remove the clip on mine because it fell out my pocket at work. It got caught on the on a door. Because I had it clipped in the pocket, it hooked onto the door and pulled out, which isn't good because obviously it's metal, so it deformed like that, and There's nothing I could really do to bend it back in. Like I said in the ballpoint video, I don't actually have the pen on me. Usually you can put a key in there and bend it down, but this one won't work because the bend is right at the end there. So you have to remove this plastic square. Remove it, it's just a little Phillips head screw. Remove it, and then it's just like a right angle, and it was slightly bent out, so it wasn't at a right angle, so I had to bend it back down, which was actually quite tricky. But managed to get it working well, and I've only done that once, thankfully, so hopefully it doesn't happen again. So otherwise, very simple pen. Writes very similarly to this one did, because they have exactly the same nib. However, the tipping's a bit more rounded instead of flattened off like the other one was, which was interesting, like I mentioned in the previous video. But very good writer, very smooth. Obviously it's Parker, it's a reputable brand. Not really going to go wrong with it at all, apart from the plastic cracking there, which is a real shame. Like I said, very interesting design pattern. I have no idea what it is or what it's reminiscent of, but if you do know, please do comment down below. That pretty much sums up this review, to be honest. Very nice pen, cool design, it's classic Parker design features of the Parker Vector. They still make this pen to this date, so if you do want to get one, obviously they won't make this colour combination or pattern anymore. They just do planted like black, blues, like reds and stuff, different colours of the bodies. So I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have made it this far, comment down below pattern. That just helps me see if people actually watch the end. I doubt anybody ever does, but if you do, comment pattern down below. So as I said, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.